Have you ever tried stained glass as a hobby? Well, let me assure you that it's simple and easy to learn. Creating stained glass art can be a fun and addictive hobby. Even if you don't have any artistic abilities, you can easily make stained glass art with some easily developed skills and techniques. All you need are the right tools and materials. In the beginning, you've got to decide on a suitable design. You can find numerous free stained glass designs and patterns for beginners on the internet. You can take a printout of these. You can also use any graphic software such as CorelDRAW or Adobe Illustrator on your computer for making the drawing of the pattern. If you're good at freehand drawing, you can draw your own design on paper. Thereafter, you have to select the stained glass sheets according to the colors and textures of the artwork. The pattern shapes in the drawing are cut out and pasted on the stained glass sheets so that they can be accurately cut according to the shape. Stained glass is available as sheets. These are generally 8 inches and 4 inches square. There are hundreds of colors, styles and textures to suit the need of any artwork. These sheets are generally 3 mm thick and are easy to cut. Various makes and models of sheet glass cutters are available. You must have seen the common carbide-tipped glass cutter used in shops selling window glass. Nowadays, of course, this is hardly ever used. For stained glass work, the straight-handled tungsten carbide wheel cutter is the most commonly used. It affords better control in cutting intricate shapes of glass pieces. And once the stained glass is scored, special glass pliers are required for breaking it apart. Breaking the scored glass can be tricky, but using the right kind of pliers will make it easy. The running pliers, as well as the nippers or nibbler pliers, are most commonly used. The sharp edges of the cut pieces are smoothened and accurately shaped using a glass grinder. These are commercially available online. They are quite expensive, and that's why I decided to make my own. The video link of its construction is at the end. Thereafter, the cut glass pieces must now be joined together to build the design or artwork. It has to be ensured that all the cut glass pieces of the artwork fit accurately without any gaps, so that the finished artwork is symmetrical and pretty. The joining of the cut glass pieces involves the two processes of foiling and soldering. In the foiling process, a special stained glass copper foil adhesive tape is stuck evenly and precisely to the edges of the cut glass pieces. The width of the copper foil tape has to be a bit larger than the thickness of the stained glass sheet. Usually, a 7 by 32 inch or 5.56 millimeter wide copper foil tape is wrapped around the 3 millimeter thick stained glass cut pieces. Thereafter, the soldering process is carried out wherein the foiled glass pieces are soldered together to build the design. A good soldering iron is therefore an essential tool. It is the backbone of a stained glass artist's toolkit. Stained glass soldering involves a greater amount of solder and heat as compared to soldering in electronics. So soldering irons used for stained glass must be hotter, that is having a higher wattage and a flatter tip. A 60-watt iron is the minimum for ensuring smooth looking joints in small size artwork. It is most essential therefore to pick a good quality soldering iron, for it can make all the difference to your stained glass artwork. Solder can be leaded as well as unleaded. Unleaded solder is an alloy of tin and small amounts of other metals. Leaded solder is an alloy of tin and lead, usually in the ratio of 60 by 40. The common solder wire used in electronics is generally flux or acid cored and is normally of 22 or lower gauge thickness. However, in stained glass work, a flux cored solder is never used, as it leaves a dirty residue which is difficult to clean. Stained glass solder is also much thicker. Usually it's 11 or 12 gauge, but 14 or 16 gauge solder can also be used. Well, I hope this quick guide proved useful to you. Thanks for watching. Do see some of my other videos on stained glass and other DIY projects.